All right, Shabbat Shalom. This is the New Orleans GMS New Orleans camp. Coming at you with another Shabbat lesson as we always do. Want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem. Double honor to our elders, the elder apostles of GMS. Peace and salutations, blessings to the hopeful elect, to the sincere out there. All right. This lesson here is going to be centered around, this is from a conversation I had with a younger brother on the side. That more or less to the point, you learning, as you be learning this thing, it gets to the point where, all right, things may seem difficult sometimes, all right, orders, different things centered around the scriptures of the truth, all right, and you being young in the spirit, you kind of more or less be rough on yourself or beat yourself up because at some point, things that you don't understand right now, all right, and I'm going to say this, there's times in the truth where you might not understand a particular breakdown. You might understand a particular order that an elder or a brother elder brother that's coming down on you with a particular order. You don't understand it now, but in some point down the line, you will understand why certain things were said, why certain things was told. And the Lord will have you in that company of men at that point not understanding. Because back then, look at the disciples, it was at some point they weren't understanding what Yahweh Shai was saying to them a lot of times, But through the grace and power of Yahweh Shai, some understood. Even now, like these are the same prophets and teachers and men back now, they understand it now, the prophecies, the things that it was saying in the old time. All right, so everything has its proper order, all right, even with us. But you can't, the thing about it too, you can't be hard on yourself. You gotta get to the point where understanding it just ain't your time right now to understand and know certain particular things. That don't mean you stop. That don't mean you fall off. And that also definitely don't mean you quit. You got to keep pushing forward in the ministry, man. All right? You don't get this thing overnight like that old saying, Rome in particular wasn't built overnight. Well, you as a brother, as a building, as a house, you are not in the it's no different. You can't get built up overnight. You can't be on a particular elder or apostles level, all right? Like we always said back then, or was told to us back then, even when you get on those men level, they're gonna be on another level, man. So everything has a proper time. You have to pace yourself, all right, in this thing. And most importantly, you got to ask for longevity too in the truth, man. Just as Solomon did. Solomon, all right, King Solomon had the opportunity at one time to be asked, what do you want? You want riches, kingdom, blase. He asked for wisdom. And guess what? Through wisdom, he received the kingdom. He received riches, man, through wisdom. All right, so everything has its proper order, man. And we start off that one scripture I said. We're gonna go, like I said, it's not in no particular order. We're just gonna run it through the spirit, man. All right.
This is 1 John 3:19. It says, and hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. For if our heart condemn us, the Most High is greater than our heart and knoweth all things.
Yeah, and the point is, for if our hearts condemn us, all right. Damn, I ain't getting the scriptures fast enough. Damn, I ain't getting the breakdowns. Damn, I ain't doing this. Boy, you a good brother though. All right. Are you showing charity? Are you all right? Are you in the helps of building up the church where you at, man? Basically, are you building yourself up in other areas? Yes, the scriptures are important. The understanding of the Yahweh Shai and its truth is important, but you got to be growing in other areas too. We are likened unto a plant, and what does a plant do? A plant continues to grow. You continue to water. You when you water, you get what? You get sunlight, and then through the sunlight, you grow. All right, and all that happened to be likened around us in this truth. All right, you have to be growing in other areas, man. All right. Let me see if there's anything else with that. Yeah, go down read down to 23. That'd be cool.
This is verse 21. It says, beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then we have confidence toward the Most High.
Yeah, we have confidence toward the Most High. Because even when like I said, even you feel like and really that's be a demon sometimes, all right? The demon of doubt, the demon that make it seem as if you're not getting it, all right? And like I'm gonna say this, and I heard Apostle Ricard say this a long time ago, and like I said, it was like my first year in. That demon of doubt have you tripping, man. The demon of doubt have you thinking you're an Edomite. Man, I'm an Edomite, man. Maybe I'm an Edomite. All right. Or it'll have you to the point you just thinking that you're not growing fast enough when you are. All right. It have you to the point just all out tripping. But you gotta hold yourself, man. You gotta control yourself. You gotta get to the point understanding like, yeah, I may not be growing at a pace of other people, other brothers that seem like other brothers are growing. Because some guys, it maybe seem like they're growing, but they're not growing, man. It's only from your perspective, But he may be growing in other areas too, just like you may be growing in other areas. But you got to give yourself a chance to grow. All right, keep going.
I got something for you. On slide.
I'm gonna get it.
Okay, this verse 22. It says, "And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight."
And what is that? What is pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shah? First and foremost, all right, having charity amongst the brethren, man, loving your brother. All right, which I'm gonna say this: some guys have a hard time just off that. That's one of the hardest things ever, in some cases. But that's something that needs to be done. Do what's next. Ultimately, teaching. All right, publishing His word, man, going on the highways and byways and teaching. All right, building in hopes of receiving in the elect, man. All right, that's the things that are pleasing in His sight. Fearing the Most High, man. Some guys move as if they don't have no fear in nothing. All the Most High at all. But those are things. That's just some of the things that are pleasing in His sight. I'm gonna say this, man. It's just a blessing just to be in the truth. It's a blessing just to be woke, man. You look at the other jakes in the world, all people, they not the Most High ain't dealing with them, man. And this is a cold-hearted truth, but it's true. Throughout your day, damn near 99% of the people that you be in contact with, the Lord ain't dealing with them. But He's dealing with you though. To the point of knowing the power of Him, His name. Ultimately, really that name, man. All right, the truth of the matter, the truth of what's going on in the world, and the truth of these scriptures, man. That's a powerful thing. That's a blessing. All right, and don't just off that you can't beat yourself up, man. We are better than most out here. All right, go ahead.
Verse 23. It said, "This is the commandment, that we should believe on the name of His Son Yahushua Mashiach, and love one another as He gave us commandment."
Yeah, that's plain, man. And like I said, I just went into that name. We must. It's a must to believe in that name, man. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. All right, one of the most two important names there is, man. Those names are $1 billion tickets to the kingdom, man, in hopes of the kingdom. All right, you can't overlook that. All right, and like for the newcomers, for the people just tuning in, just tuning in and figuring out what this thing is. All right, the Lord, the one that they ignorantly call Jesus, in the Hebrew or in the Bible, His name is Yahweh Shai, man. And the Father at the word He calls God, His name is Yahweh, man. All right, it's not Allah. All right, it's not all these other made up names that these religions came up with. Those are the true names. All right, in the Hebrew tongue, the Lashawan Kadash, man. All right. But back on, go ahead, Kalaya, what you had. I'm gonna get you, brothers. I'm gonna get back into the what I had too.
God, it's out of the book of Sirach, chapter 30, and verse 21. It reads, "Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel."
One more time, man. That's heavy. Beating yourself up. Always constantly on yourself, man. As if the Lord ain't dealing with you. In order for you to got this far in the truth, the Lord gotta be somewhat dealing with you, man. All right, or supping with you. Because give me that why what Yahweh Shai said in Revelations about coming to the door. He'll accept with you. Man, come on, man. You didn't came this far. Something got to be going on. You know, why beat yourself up? You understand? Like I say, that's the thing about it too. No matter you're 50, no matter you're 40, 30, 70 years old, you come in. If you say a 7-year-old guy coming to truth, he's a baby. It's not about worldly age, but it's about heavenly, like a heavenly age of Yahweh Shem Shai when you came in the truth. So you just because you're not getting it as fast as a young man, you got it. You're getting it at your pace, all right, but you're not stagnant though, man. That's when it start to become dangerous when you just a stagnant. You just nothing that you're not growing spiritually. You're not growing at all. That's when the things become dangerous, man. Okay, you got that one for me? I'm gonna walk real fast. I'm gonna get the brother to read it back again. What he got? That's a heavy one. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, "Behold," this in red letters, the Yahweh Shai. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me."
Yeah. So at some point, the Lord will be dealing with you, man, on a spiritual level, for us opening up your mind to these laws, such commandments, these prophecies, these deep, dark sayings. You do it at your. I'm gonna say you somewhat do it at your pace, because every man come in his appointed time, and some men learn faster than others. Some men on a steady pace, but you still growing. Like it goes back to the talents. You know, some men got 5 talents, some men got 10 talents, some men got 3. All right, but the most important part of them is flipping those talents, man. You might start off, and sometimes you might start off with 3 talents, and the Lord make it to where you flip and you get 8 talents, man. You begin to grow. If you're a guy that's dealing with, you can deal with the New Testament. All right, you gotta start tuning yourself in and dealing with the Old Testament. You're a guy that deal with geopolitics and the prophecies of the Scripture. We'll start to deal with the different breakdowns. All right, the different period pieces of time frames of the Greco-Roman Empire, the Byzantine, the different things that happened throughout history. You gotta give yourself some leeway to grow. You can't be hard on yourself about it. This is a lot of information, man. You know, and it's a lot of information over a course of time. So guess what? You're gonna have those brain farts, man, as they say. You're gonna forget things, but you gotta keep in the what it is. Keep yourself under where you know that the only way you learn is through repetition. All right, and you gotta learn through fuck ups too, man. Fucking up is a part of the truth. You gotta fuck up in order to learn, to get experience, the do's and don'ts. All right, but let's not forget that too. And then when it happens, you can't be hard on yourself. You can't be mad, man. All right, go ahead. Go back to it, Kalaya.
Book of Sirach, chapter 30, and verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thine self in thine own counsel. Slacken. I'm gonna jump down to 23 as well. It says, love thine own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein.
Yeah. Read that first part again. Back again, that first scripture.
Verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
Yeah, you're afflicting yourself in your own counsel, your own mind, man. All right. I'm just not moving fast enough in the scripture. Or like I say, you're a guy that just starting off, and you look over and you see an elder that's been around for 25 years and thinking you want to be like him because he's twerking the scriptures. He's going here, he's going there, he's bringing out. Hey, that takes time. All right, just like when we just over the weekend we just seen. All right, we just seen a fight with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Even for both of those guys to get to the level that those guys at, it took time. It's hard work, dedication, gym, fuck ups. It takes time. Same thing with us, man. We're spiritual fighters for Yahweh Shai. So you don't get the sweet science of these scriptures just overnight, man. You gotta put in work. You gotta put in work, man. And like I say, with all the greats, man, even that guy that died in the helicopter crash, what his name? Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
He was a living testament of hard work, putting dedication in, being in beast mode, man, as they say. Michael Jordan is another. You don't get like that overnight. All right. Same thing for the Michael Jordans of this truth to us, man. You know, the apostles are like the Michael Jordans to us, man. The fathers to us. You don't get to that level without hard work and dedication, man. And like I say, and it's a double honor to those men because, like I say, when they started off, it just was books. It was the Stone Age, man. You had to really get up out of your house, get on a bus, get in the car, and go down to the library. All right. I wish I had a book, a big book over here. But you had to go through books this thick, man, to find information. We come into a time of information age with these computers. We can just type in what we're looking for. Not saying that ain't work either, but you can't be hard on yourself, man. You gotta search and dig. You gotta read. That's the scripture says in Revelation. Blessed is he that read it. You don't find, and give me that other one too, I'm a wide about the leisure of time, man, in the Sirach. No, you got to find time in order to learn. All right, that was it, Kalaya.
Yeah, that was it.
Any one of you brothers got another one before I pull this other scripture?
I got one.
I got one too.
I got one
for you too.
Yeah, y'all brothers get them off. And break it down. I'm gonna get this other one real fast.
You got it up.
Who? I think you were first.
It don't matter who go. It don't matter.
Come. All right, this is what I was holding earlier. This Sirach chapter 14, verse 2. It says, "Blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai."
Yeah, go ahead. You can go into it a little bit.
Con. So it says, "Blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him." All right, when you condemn, that means basically you're going to look for an excuse not to do the work. That's basically a demon telling you, "Oh, I ain't a man of the Lord, so why? What's the point of going out? What's the point of teaching the word? What's the point of being a brother if I'm condemned?" That's nothing but Satan. All right, Satan's ultimate goal is to get you to go off and to get you to quit. That's his end goal. He's trying to sift you. So you got voices in your head telling you, "I'm not a man of the Lord. The Lord's not dealing with you." What is that? That's just another way of Satan to try to convince you to not do the work. It says, "And who is not fallen from his hope in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai." We have a hope in the Lord. We expect, that word hope means expect. We expect that the Lord is going to deliver his elect. We expect that the 144,000 are going to be gathered and crowned. That's our hope. That's our faith. If you haven't lost sight of that, you still got a dog in the fight, man. You got it up.
Right. And I got this one to back you up. This is Proverbs 24:16. It says, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief," man. So even though you fall and you have like we always go into down here, man, you got valleys and peaks in this truth. You have your good moments in the truth, and then you have your days, you're gonna have you're going to have these days in the truth to where sometimes it's gonna be like it's so much information coming at you, so much things going on, so where some days you're gonna forget scriptures, some days you're gonna forget a couple of breakdowns in your head, a couple of things when dealing with information, but they don't stop anything, man. You gotta keep knocking the rust off and going back and learning these things, man. We always learning, all right. And then, like I said, the most humbling part you got certain elders above me, or even apostles, man. They'll tell you they are still learning. That's a humbling thing for those men to say, and they ain't got 30+ years in, 40-something years in, man, just to hear that. All right. So early on, we all had that moment where we beat ourselves up, but you can't continue to do that. Some guys I done seen in the past make beating themselves up a doctrine or a thing. They always run around and walk around that war is me spirit, man. You can't do that. Like I said, once you begin to do that, you start to put that spirit on other men too. All right, you gotta come out of that, man. You slip, you fall, you get rebuked, things happen in the truth. You gotta get up. All right, apply those things that were told to you. All right, and really work on yourself, man. Some guys don't even work on themselves; they just be bullshitting, man. A whole lot of talk, but nothing to changing, man. You gotta really change these things that's going on, man. But go ahead, let y'all brothers get some of them off before I continue, because I got a couple of more.
If you don't mind, the one I got, it backs up just the points I'm wadding. You just made Yakana.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 16. I'm gonna start at verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God. And we also know, I believe it's in 1 John where it says the Most High hasn't given us the spirit of fear. Hey, we go through a lot of things in this truth. You know, your ups and your downs. A righteous man falleth 7 times. Hey, the Most High will throw you some major curveballs sometimes where it's something you didn't expect to come your way, comes your way, and it can bring you really low in the spirit. But hey, the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, and as it just said, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Hey, as long as you wake up every morning with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in your head, hey, that means you still got a dog in this fight, that you still got a chance to be that elect, because we can clearly see how easy it is for people to get bugged out here. But the fact that you keep waking up with this knowledge and wisdom and understanding is a testimony that the Most High is dealing with you, no matter what level you're on. Verse 76, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. A point blank period. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift you up. The things you go through, just learn from it and keep pushing forward, and don't make those same mistakes again, and don't dwell on it. Don't let that be the defining factor of your walk, and just think that I can never get back up and I might as well just give up.
Right. Because ultimately that's what Satan wants. Satan wants you to give up, man. Satan wants you to have that doubt in your head, man. I'm the new guy. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe why the brother, and really, you know, why the brother looking at me like that? You know, they had guys that been on the side trying to get in the camp and figure that a brother is talking about it, or not talking about it, but a brother looking at him crazy. That'd be demons though, man. You know, and we gotta defeat those demons by getting familiar with each other. All right. The brother that's honestly the brother that in true experience, the brother that's, you know, really kind of getting on your ass. All right, stern with you. That's a guy you need to be getting close with, man. All right, not pulling away from, because when you pull away from a particular guy like that's a tool by Satan, man. All right, that's just through experience, man. All right, the brother that you're not familiar with, that's a guy you really need to be getting close to, man. All right, like I said, because Satan is all about doubt, division, distinction, separation. All right, non-communication. Satan all about that. Satan loves that shit, man. No, but we can't be in that spirit though, man. We gotta be in the spirit, all right, of, you know, dwelling amongst one another, man. All right, ultimately to the point that we all grow, that we all getting watered, growing in our proper time, man. All right. Okay, let me see. Go ahead. Whoever had I think we have like one or two more, you brothers. I'm gonna get this other one.
You got a good shot.
Okay. This real quick. Backing up the point one of y'all bros made earlier. Is James 1:5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that give it to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given in him. But let him ask in faith.
That's the point that you asked, because I went into earlier. That's the same thing King Solomon did, man. King Solomon, out of all things he could have asked for, you know how men, you know, right now, you know, certain people, you ask people in the world if they had the opportunity to at that moment get the things they want, they're gonna say women, cars, riches, big house, whatever. King Solomon had that same opportunity, but what he did, he asked for wisdom. And through wisdom, he was able to accomplish and get all those things that the average man would say through wisdom. This is the great. You got to ask for. You got the things that you don't have. All right, and it's true. Maybe be like I remember my time early on. I had a bad sense of not having patience. I had to ask for patience, man. All right, and the Lord tested me over time where I needed to have patience, man. I'm putting in jams, putting in situations, and if I lost my cool or blew a head gasket, it'll probably put me in a bad position. I had to learn patience, all right, through being tested. But I asked for that though, man. I asked to gain patience, just like you got to ask for wisdom. And I'm gonna say this: you younger brothers got to go through the process, man, of going through understanding the milk, being assured in the milk, gaining this. You gotta eat like a baby in this thing. And it's okay. It's okay to be your first, second, third year in the you still a baby, man. You gotta eat as so. You gotta eat as like a 3-year-old. You can't go from being a 3-year-old to going eating as if you a teenager or a 20 or 30-year-old, man. You're gonna mess yourself up. All right? You gotta eat in your proper time. And you gotta grow in your proper you can't outgrow yourself or outgrow, you know, like the scripture say, running a race, man. You got certain guys, you know, I done seen it in the world. You run track, you got certain guys running that 400. He's dashing through the 400 like it's 100, like 100 meter, man. You're gonna burn yourself out. You gotta pace yourself, man. Same thing with knowledge, man, because I didn't see guys overstudy. And I say overstudy until they bug themselves. Like there's a particular guy back then named Batak, man. That guy, he was hella on fire, hella knowledgeable, but he bugged himself out through much study of the scriptures, man. He weirded his flesh out, man. To what it was, Second Esdras? No, it was Revelation 19. What talking about what it was talking about, man. World War I or whatever, man. You have to, you know, give yourself a chance, man. Become as a sponge in this truth, man. A sponge has one. What does a sponge have, Akim? We got one job. We got a couple of jobs, but what's the main job?
Soak up.
Soaking up water, man. And we know what the water is in this truth, or in the truth, it is the scriptures, man. The knowledge. You gotta be as a sponge in this thing. Whether you soaking up the scriptures or whether you soaking up, you know, anastrophate, man. Okay? But go ahead. I'm gonna get this one. Who was reading?
You got
who had one? I'm gonna get this.
So think about it. I got one. I got one out. Whenever you get a chance, if you want to bring whatever you got.
Come on.
You finished, Kashad?
Yeah, Khan, that was it.
Okay. So like, Khan, this is 1 Corinthians 12:4, and I'm gonna just read down to 7 just to get to the point, not the whole thing. But it says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all. And like I said at the beginning, it's diversities, man. Everything is going to be pretty much different in this thing. Everybody's going to be different in some type of way. But at the end of the day, you can't get down on yourself, man. Everybody's going to grow at their own pace and so on and so forth. And like the elder been saying, you know, they got brothers that's been in this thing for a while, and you're not going to be at that level as soon as you get in. So you can't allow that demon to fuck with you.
Yeah, if you had a year, you just made a year in the truth, and a brother that 10 years, that man got a 10-year, 9-year jump on you, man. You know, he didn't been through some things in the truth, not just the world, but in the truth. And like I say, this is what counts. The truth is what counts. We can say what we done in the world, but what you have done in a righteous setting. All right, what have you experienced in this setting of the truth, man? All right, what have you done? What have you done in this truth? Okay, this is what counts, man. And like I said, you can't. It's like, how can you ever beat a man? How can you ever beat or be on a person level when he had a big jump on you like that? It's like having a race. This guy has been gone for 10 years running, and they tell you go. And in your mind, you got a guy he's really racing to win. It's over with, man. But when you get to that 10-year level, guess what? That guy's on another level, man. Unless he stops and quits. All right? And that's something that we can't do. We gotta continue whether let me say this too, whether under the banner of GMS or not, you gotta continue to teach, man. You gotta continue to teach your Habashim Yahushua in the sound doctrine. You can't change the doctrine up, man. You can't change what you've been taught. You can't change, all right, ultimately that men of men that taught you are still, at the end of the day, they're still your elders, man. That's what a righteous student of Yahweh Shai and the men of talk, they will still honor that. Yeah, I had a bad run-in, things happen, but guess what? Those still my elders. Those still the men. That's still the men that taught me. Because, like I said, even for the elders of your state, your different states, different camps that's over you, that's still the men that taught you, man. All right. You gotta still honor. A righteous man will even honor that. And like I said, things happen to where, maybe things can get rekindled, maybe things cannot. But it is, you gotta still teach your Shai, man. All right. You gotta still do that. That's a must. And like I said, unless you truly give up, man. Well, I'm trying to move something on the screen, but yeah, somebody give me else. Somebody hold on deck too. Psalms 37 and 23. Start at 23, but go ahead. What you about to say?
I got one more verse, and I want to get that word at the end of this verse. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 7. It says, "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal." And this is the word withal. It's Strong's G 4851, sum fero. It says to bear or bring together, to bear together, or at the same time, to carry with others. But this is the point: to collect or contribute in order to help be profitable, be expedient. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I said, you just got to find your niche, man. Find your niche of what your pace is going to be, and just be thankful that the Lord is even allowing you to continue to work in this thing. Because like I said, everybody's pace is going to be different, but just be happy you contribute to the body.
Yeah, that's the point. You took the words in my mouth. What are you contributing to the body of Habashim Yahushua? What are you contributing to the camp? All right. Are you a hindrance to the camp? Are you a distraction to the camp? Are you fully giving you all and not just giving 20%? You're giving a full 144% of you. Time, patience. All right. Even money wise, man. What are you doing? Because these are all things that must be considered in this thing, man. Aside from beating yourself up, okay? Because that's still the topic of the matter, all right? Because like I said, we can get on the scriptures all day and understand that the pace of learning, but like I said, there's other avenues that you must go down, man. Being a good brother. Have you ever been down that avenue? All right. Go ahead, I'm trying to check your comment board out too.
I'm finished. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, get that one I said too.
I got it.
Yeah, Psalms. You want that Psalms now? Are you?
Yeah, bring that Psalms out real fast. It's kind of quick. It's it's easy.
Somebody had it.
God, I got it. This the book of
Go
Psalms,
ahead.
chapter 37, verse 23. It says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh, and he delighteth in his way."
And keep going.
God, though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for Yahweh upholdeth him with his hand.
Yeah, though he fall, all right, and we all fall in this thing, man. All right, we all have our shortcomings, all right, and we have different times when we fall short, all right, but that's not to wallop, all right, in the mud. That's not to keep ourselves down, all right. Those shortcomings and those falls are actually, all right, experiencing that you should be getting, that you should be receiving it, and the different things that you fail in, fixing them and correcting them. Because in order for you to fall, the Lord wanted you to fall, man. It just said it. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So even the fall points of a good righteous man are ordered by the Lord. You're gonna fall, and then the Lord is testing you, man. All right. All right. You have been, but you're not utterly cast down. So with that being said, when you fall, are you gaining the experience from your fall, man? And keep going too. I go to about 27. Oh no, 28.
If I could read verse 23 real quick in the NLT, it says, Yahweh directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. So the good and the bad, the stumbles, the Lord delights in that.
Yeah.
But this is verse 25.
What the scripture says, and I'm just roughly paraphrasing, that the Lord tried the hearts of men. He don't care about the muscles. He don't care about the different college degrees you have. All right, how tall you is. All that old that bullshit, man. The Lord knows. He knows the hearts of men. Then what's deep down in you, the integrity. If you have any integrity, man. All right, honor. Okay, and that's the thing that he actually tries too. So like I say, like the different other apostles and went into, man, and even myself, I didn't see the best of brothers in this truth. I didn't see the worst of niggas in this thing, man. Yeah, I ain't seen the guys. They pulling scriptures out their ass, coming from the heavens, all type of precepts. But then, guess what? They horrible. They just horrible so-called brothers, man. You know. And it's cool. It's cool to. It seems cool to have all these precepts, and you just a guru, and this and that. But then you a horrible brother within the camp. All right. That's the bad part about it, man. So where not only you beat yourself up, you beat other brothers up too. Right? Like you got some guys, this thing becomes a competition. Or Jake, knowledge puffing it up, man. So where you think you on some type of level, right? You got guys that come around or come in this truth that look for views. All right? Look for views and look for honor amongst people sending you money, all that shit. Like that shit don't count. And really, I'm gonna say this: the people that's watching and that's viewing these pages, that's not even your people. That's for Yahweh Shai, man. All right, that's not even for you, man. You got guys that try to take this from Yahweh Shai, man. It's not. Hey, man, we just vessels doing the work of the Lord, man. These views, like I said before, I don't care how many people viewed our page or not. You can have 0 views every week. As long as Yahweh and Yahweh Shai watching, I don't care, man. I don't care, man. The word's still gonna go up. We're gonna still teach, man. With a camera or without a camera, man. That don't matter either. It's been time, brothers witnesses, man. It's been time with a camera that went out, man. Keep on teaching, man. Because it's not about the views, man. It's not about all the bullshit and antics and gimmicks and shit, man. Just teach. You gotta come out there with a go-go Power Ranger uniform on and shit. All these tassels and leather on your ass, man. But then this is a horrible nigga. You know? Just teach, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, this verse 25 says, I've been young. Let me read down to 27, you said?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Con. I've been
my
young.
bad, 28. My bad, 28.
Con. I've been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Con. Keep going.
He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore.
Yeah.
For Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever.
Yeah, they're preserved forever, man. All right, and that's what we hope to be. We hope to be preserved, all right, in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, in the hopes of salvation, all right, in the hopes of receiving the promise of the kingdom as the first fruits of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right, and that comes with, all right, slips and falls. The scripture tell you in the Apocrypha, man. All right, there's only one way that a man may receive his heritage, man, by passing through that narrow passage. Deep waters on one side and the fire on the other, man. But you must go through it. All right, and sometimes you go through it with brothers. Sometimes you know things happen, and we're men. You got different ideas. I have different ideas. You got different concepts of thinking. I have different concepts of thinking, and we all coming together as alpha men, trying to make this work, man. Trying to do the Lord's work. Some days you might rub me the wrong way. Some days I might rub you the wrong way. I still love you though. All right? I still love you. I don't, you know. And like I say, in some days, naturally on your own, you're gonna have your days in this thing, man. You're gonna have good days and bad days. But you can't, like I said, you can't be hard on yourself. You can't be hard on another bro. You can't. I'm gonna say this because I didn't see this in the truth, man. You got guys that covet other brothers' talents, man. That brother, the Lord got that brother on a level. You can't cover that. You gotta hope, you know, in your own way, you get it. But the Lord gave that man those talents in order for him to exist in the truth and to bring out the Lord's work. You can't sit up there like, man, you wish that you was like a step above, but you can't sit up there and envy the man and hate the man because the Lord dealing with him on certain levels, man. All right, you got guys to be tripping. Go ahead,
I got you something.
You got one more, though, right? I think you got one more. You got one more line, right?
No, that was it.
Come. Go ahead.
I got you something going to what you were saying. This James 4 stuff from the top at 1. It says, from whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence even of your lust at war in your members? Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not because ye ask not.
Yeah, because
ye ask not. Yep.
Go ahead.
Ye ask not and receive not because ye ask amiss that you may consume it upon your lust. I'm gonna get that in another translation before you can speak.
Yeah, man. So if you wanna be on a level, you gotta ask the Lord, you know, and the Lord will give it to you in due time to be on the level, man. All right. And like I said, when you ask the Lord, you gotta ask that you can handle that. But some guys get what they ask for and they can't handle it, man. All right, it's a level of understanding and a degree of understanding when it comes to understanding these breakdowns. Because I'm gonna say this too: the more you get to learning in this truth, you gotta be careful what you ask for. Because the more I learned this over time, the more that you ask for, the more that you gain knowledge in this truth. Guess what? More demons are going to attack you. They're attacking you now early on, year 5, year 3, year 2. Guess what happens when you get around these heavyweight years, man? All right, round 12 and shit. Hey, man, them demons coming harder. They're gonna start to attack the things that you love, your kids, your woman, or your health. All right, all in all to make you slip and fall and not to continue, man. Gotta be, it's scripture too, though, man. All right.
I got it. I got it in another translation for you too.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me try to find that too, man.
In the James 4:3, it's the NLT. And see, best it says you ask and you don't receive because you ask with wrong motives, because your motives are all wrong. You only want it. You want only what will give you pleasure or to spend it on your passions, which, like the elder been saying, a lot of men want maybe, and even if, like you say, there's a righteous envy that you can have, a righteous envy. Let's understand that, to want to level up like a man. He's great with, like you say, history, secular history, and different things. You want to get, then you get with that man. You get, you get a portion of his spirit, and you learn to build. All right, and then you add it to your spirit. But like the elders say, you got men wanting certain knowledge just so they can be seen or preeminence for preeminent services, man. Or they asking it amiss just for their pleasures, man. And the Lord ain't with that, You got it, brother.
I found the scripture that backs up what I was saying about having when you as you continue to grow in the truth, even year wise, even scripture wise, what starts to happen, man. All right, I'm gonna start above it. This is Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 1:18. 1:16. It says, "I command with my own heart, saying, Lo, I come to a great estate, and have gotten much wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem." All right, and what's that great estate? Ultimately, the truth. This is the greatest estate that we that we have, man, that we dwell in. All right. And it says, yeah, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly, which we have, man, and it's true. I perceive that this is a vexation of spirit. Now, this is the point I'm about to read, verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrows. And guess what? Those sorrows coincide with demons, man. That's going to attack you as you continue to grow in knowledge. And them demons gonna get heavier and heavier and heavier. Just like them old school. Hey, I'm a wise. Certain you brothers might not know you. You play the Nintendo, man, and that nigga boing boing, nigga jumping around over shit. Guess what? You get to the end, or what that was. I'm a wise. Knockout by Tyson. You get to fight that nigga Tyson, and the end, nigga knock your head off, man. You gotta fight the skinny nigga and shit. Easy. You get the other character, the big nigga, man, on a knockout. I forgot his name. It don't matter, but you go through levels.
Macho Man,
and it get harder and harder and harder, man. The same thing applies for us in truth. As you continue to increase through slips and falls, through triumphs, your good days and bad days in this thing, you best believe those demons are going to increase too. All right, it's levels. It's definitely levels to this thing, man. It's levels. It's levels to the way how you move in this thing. It's levels of learning and knowledge. All right. It's a lot of things come. It's bigger than just going out on a Saturday, on a Friday, on a Sunday, cussing a white man out, man. All right. This is a full restoration, a full building up yourself, man. Like I said, through falls, rising in this, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to take in, But go ahead, I got a couple more. I got a banger too. Anybody got something? Let me look at this other one.
I got something real quick. This pretty much going into being traveled. And you don't become traveled overnight as you've been going into. It's a process, right? The book of Sirach, chapter 34, in verse 9, it reads, a man that had traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that had no experience knoweth little, but he that had traveled is full of prudence.
Yeah,
And
he had traveled, has gained experience. You know, you're able to identify, okay, I'm being hard on myself. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this is a demon. You're able to identify. Everything starts to slow down. It's like a championship prize fighter. Like this, say I always bring out like the Floyd guy. You know, even in guys that fought Floyd, they say, oh, this particular guy, he's aware. Like Floyd, it's been times Floyd fighting, and everything slows down to you. He hears the commentators talking about him. He having conversations with them. He know the time clock. He see this guy breathing, inhale and exhale. He's tired. It's the same thing in this truth. Things over time start to slow down to you. You start to notice things, even when you're not watching. You watching. Even when it seems like you're not paying attention to things, you start to pay attention to everything. Starts to come to you. All right, over time. All right, same thing. Understanding. You got to understand. Start to understand yourself too, man. And where you at? That's why the scriptures talks about. The scriptures ask that we examine ourselves, man. You have to examine yourself. Whether you see if you're in the faith. What's my position in the camp? What I've been doing in the camp? How am I contributing to the camp? These are questions you must ask yourself constantly, man. What am I doing? You know? You got to say something. I think one of you about to say something.
Yeah, if I could add one point to you, the only way you can pour into the ministry is if you pour into yourself, man. I mean, if there's nothing in you, you can't give to the ministry, man. Let's just be real. Like it don't work like that.
Yeah, you can't.
There's nothing you can.
Cheap ass. That's right, man. You can't be a cheap ass in the world and then come in the truth and be a cheap ass too, man. You just cheap.
Yeah, like
yourself. You shortcut yourself. You gotta, man. You gotta be prideful about the things that you do in this truth, man. I say, even the least thing, holding the camera, you gotta take pride in that. You gotta take pride in your position, where you at in the camp. All right, young man or not, older brother or not, you gotta take pride in this thing, man. You gotta take. The reason why you gotta take pride in this thing because you in it. You in the truth. You're not in the fucking world as a nigga. The Lord has you in a good place in this time frame of the world, man. The most beautiful position that you could ever be in. So take pride in it, man. Put your all into it. Stop fucking half-assing and cheating yourself and cheating the camp and cheating brothers, man. Out of the real you, or the potential that you can be. You know? You gotta put work in, man. Like I said, I didn't watch over the years, 2008, 2007, 2008. Like I said, those men before me, the apostles, they've been doing the work way before that, man. And you can see, you see the beautiful spirits of those men, man. Which are our spiritual parents, man. You see them, you because they lead by example, man. That's another thing. All right. They're leading by example, just as we are striving to do too. All right, and we see it, man. All right, I'm gonna scratch this one. Anybody got anything? Well, I got two more. Or whatever. But what y'all got before I get these last two? I'm gonna leave the headbanger last.
I got a word for you. You kind of was explaining this that word experience that I was reading in that Sirach 34, but this experience in the online etymology, and it reads observation as the source of knowledge. And you pretty much was hinting at that. You gotta examine yourself. You gotta observe yourself. You also gotta observe other brothers and how they moving. Elders and things of that nature. That's the only way you can gain experience. Now it also go into events that one goes through. Yeah, and that's pretty much the part. Oh, and being active too. You got to be active.
You gotta be active, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be active, man. It can't be just be sitting there like a bump on a log, man. Looking like Mr. Bean and shit, man. Mr. Bean. You gotta get in the mix, man. You got that old dead serial killer look, bullshitting. You know, you gotta get in the mix of shit, man.
Hey, if I could say, inactivity, inactivity, basically, it kills rhythm. Like even in the spirit has a rhythm to it. This word just keep riding my mind. The spirit has an algorithm with it. Now, inactivity kills rhythm. What Jake say when he been inactive or haven't been doing something? Man, I gotta get back in shape. I gotta get back to running again. Then I'll get back to my top level. But in the truth, you gotta stay in rhythm. It gotta be a rhythm. It's rhythm based. You got it, Yakana.
Yeah, I can back you up with this. Somebody get 1 Corinthians 9:24 and read down to about
Yeah, you run the race. Running.
Yeah, read about 27. Read to the end.
I got a real quick one to back up what Kaya just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Proverbs 19:15. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
Yep.
Yeah, plain.
Let it go.
Come on.
I got that Corinthians for you. I was holding that earlier.
And that deep sleep.
Go ahead.
And that deep sleep, what it does, it compresses down the mind, which music upon many things, which it causes you to have to think more. When you have to remember verses and precepts, it causes your spirit to struggle. That's why I say my memory strengthens my spirit, which your memory is due to you being active or being proactive, man. You know, it's the activity. Anybody that's active, what we say, oh, Spence ain't fighting a year and a half, but it wasn't that. But you know, he ain't been active in a minute. By the time he got back acclimated, the fight was fucking over damn near, man. You know, so you got to be active, man. There's a spirit of activity that comes with this thing. You got to stay active, at least to the best of your ability. You got it, Yakana.
Okay. Yeah,
Go ahead, Kwashab, with that scripture you wanted. Pull a scripture out while he looking.
This 1 Corinthians 9:24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain."
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the one that's running, that's been doing it.
Yeah, like I said, we all, you know, we all in a race, you know, and within this thing, you got to stay within the pack. You can't sit here and fall way behind. You got to, like the brother, you got to still be active, still be in the mix of things, man. All right. And we in the prize that we're trying to obtain is ultimately the kingdom of heaven. All right. So you gotta run that you may obtain, man. Right? Like that old saying, it's not about how you not about how you start off, it's how you finish, man. Right? And right now where we at, you gotta finish strong. All right. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, your legs are weak. All right, your muscles are aching. You're sweating. Your heart running shit. But you gotta finish. You gotta go across the finish line, man. Stay within the pack. All right, you can't fall off. Go ahead,
Verse 20.
If I could bring one out for you real quick, y'all can know about what's up, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
This 1 Peter 5:9, it says, "Whom resisted steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." So we all in a race. We all running a race. We all We all got cramps. We all dehydrating. We all thirsty, right? Is if one run, all we all running, brother. All right, all us. So you preaching to the choir. Oh man, I can't do this because of this or because of that. And excuses is a sense of inactivity, man. Jake want to be inactive. I got this excuse because of this, brother. But I know I can't have an excuse, but I got an excuse for not having an excuse. What is that shit, man? But go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, keep going, Doc.
This verse 25. It said, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Yeah, we striving for the mastery of the Yahweh Shem Shai within His knowledge, man. All right, that we might obtain, all right, the kingdom of heaven. That's our crown and jewel. All right, not no fucking trophy, not no awards. We ain't doing this for no awards and plaques, man. That's why we call it the truth. We're not trying to get nothing out of it. You know, a lot of dudes, they trying to get fame over here in America, man. In Babylon the Great, we doing it for the hopes of salvation through the Lord, man. That's why we do what we do. That's why we go on the highways and byways. We teach in a manner of such that we teach that we attain not a corruptible crown. We ain't looking for no awards, man. All right, we're not looking for likes, views. We don't care about that shit, man. We ain't looking for money either. We don't want your money. You know, if you're the elect, we just want you, man. They hope that we get the hell out of here. All right, that's what it's about. Go ahead,
Verse 26, it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I not as one that beateth the air.
Yeah, you like old boy on what his name is?
Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, you like Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood. You just beating the air. We ain't doing this for nothing, man. We know we ain't running this race. You know, we really ultimately want the reward. The reward is, it was told to us that what? A man taller than all the rest is gonna do what? Put crowns on the elect head. We want that, man. We want it. So what we have to do, we have to finish strong. All right. We have to not beat ourselves up, understanding our place, understanding our position in the truth, understanding you know, not filled with pride that we don't know nothing, man. That we have to be taught, have to be built up. You have to be under a righteous man in order to grow and build. All right. You got to tear down all those different thoughts and understanding you had in the world, understanding that you don't know a damn thing, man. All right. Starting fresh and new, and you get built up. You get built up by pressing forward. But first, you gotta go back. I'm a wide or one of you brothers get the one about how learning comes by the occasion of opportunity or something like that.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm paraphrasing it, Shalaki, but you know, we're gonna get it. That's how you learn. You know, you gotta get up under men. Find out the way. How this go, man?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 24. It says, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise.
He that have little business shall become wise. But read that first part.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
By opportunity of leisure, your leisure time, the time when you're not working, the time when you're not with the kids or the family, that's when you go the hardest, man. Hey, what's this breakdown? Hey, what's this? You know, and I'm gonna say that comes with searching too. You gotta get it. You gotta get off your ass and start to search. You know, put things in it. You know, in this Google books and try to find out this truth, man. All right, and they got brothers here to help you too. That's how you learn. You gotta learn to get off your ass and read. All right, reading is the most focal point of this truth. Reading, comprehending. All right, then the repetition of where you put it in here, where it's sealed in here, man. But you got it. All right, you can't freestyle this thing, man. All right, over here at GMS, aside from all those other camps, we're not in the business We never have been in the business of what? Winging this thing, man. Okay? We don't do no winging, man. We in the business of knowing facts. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, sit on that.
Hit 27, and then, I'm gonna end it off with this. Somebody give me 2 Corinthians 1 and 8 and read about 10.
I got one for you too.
All right. We'll get them out the way and end it with that Corinthians. But go ahead, finish that 27.
It's I'll just read through. It says, "How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the goad, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks?" Basically, you're always talking about how to get the bag, how to get money, how to get 3 and 4 jobs. It says, "He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish a work."
Well, yeah, get that. Well, let me see. I'll read it. 1 Corinthians 9 and 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, least that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway, man. And we know we don't get to that point where we become castaways. We got to get to the point where we running in this truth with a purpose. We're running, with the pack. Not trying to fall off, man. All right, that we may have obtained that crown, man. Okay, now somebody give me that last one, 2 Corinthians 1 and 8. Let me get it. 2 Corinthians 1 and 8. Oh God,
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it's 2 Corinthians 1, verse 8. For we would not, brethren, have you ignorant of our trouble which came to us in Asia, that we were pressed out of measure above strength, in so much that we despaired even of life.
Keep going.
But we had the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in the Most High, which raiseth the dead.
Right. And like I say, we trust not in ourselves, but we trust in Yahweh Shai, right? And like I say, it's to the point too, right? Having that doubt in your head, or having that point of you beating yourself up. You gotta understand, man. You gotta, like I said earlier, you gotta understand where you're at in this thing, all right? You're a brother, you're freshly out the world, you're just waking up, you just understanding that you're Israelite, you understanding that the Lord, what's the Lord's name? You understanding that there's a camp in your city, and guess what? You're just waking up. So, like I said, we all had those thoughts in our head about wanting to be on a level, wanting to know the precepts and stuff like that. But you gotta grow. You gotta grow and get it in your proper time. I've been around the point where I've seen brothers who came out in the last 5 years. At one point, they didn't know what a book of Deuteronomy was, man. They didn't know the salute, how the salute go. But over time, you best believe they got it, man, because they wanted to seek to get the knowledge, man. All right, and they, like I say, we mortal men or whatever. They more or less trusted in the process of Yahweh Shai and what it was at, man. All right, you got to give yourself that much. All right, you got to give yourself that much to understanding where you're at. And you just waking up, you just starting off. So, of course, things going to be rough. Of course, things are going to be kind of tough for you to understand and get. But you gotta fight through it. All right, you gotta trust. Because, like I said, but the Most High, which raised it, we was once dead, man. Being in the world, you was dead. All right, you was calling yourself a black man. All right, a nigga from the 17th, a nigga from the 7th Ward, whatever project, street, and gang there is in here, you was calling yourself whatever. All right, but the Most High took us out of all that, man. And like I said, that's the greatest part of this. The Lord took us out of the world and brought us in His truth. That's a blessing in itself, man. Why beat yourself up over that? You didn't got over the hump. Now you just got to give yourself a chance to grow and get it. Keep going out. What was the point in there?
It said, who deliver us from so great a death, and doeth deliver, in whom we trust that He will yet deliver us.
Right. And he did best believe Yahweh Shah deliver us from such a great debt. Because like I said, if we was left on our own, left in the world, we would die, man. Knowing what we know now, and knowing ultimately what the Lord's going to do to this world, man, and to the so-called white man's kingdom. Hey, man, this is a blessing to be woke, man. It's a blessing to be, hey, man, to be where you at. If you've been in 2-3 years, a blessing to be a 3-year-old in truth, man, a 2-year-old in truth. All right, we no more dead. We're woke. We live, man. What the scripture say?
Living dog is better than a dead lion.
That's the one I had that one too. I had that one earlier. I had it right here. Ecclesiastes 9:4. You can get it. And we know we was once those dry bones, but guess what? The Lord bred in us what? The breath of life. Now those sinews, the bone, the muscles, the skin have reached unto us now. All right. Now we're woke. All right. We're no more dead. We're no more in the world. All right. Of this filth. All right. So all this is a blessing and a gift in itself, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see all the brothers waking up, even in some cases the sincere sisters, man. All right. It's a blessing to see, all right, our nation rising through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And now it's getting to the point to where the Lord's going to take this devil down. We're gonna rise. We're gonna rise as a nation as a whole. We're gonna get our homeland back. We're gonna get everything that was once taken from us, man. And we're gonna be set on high. Okay. But before that, brother, get that. Read. Let me see. Look like 11 is good too. Verse 11. Get 2 Corinthians 1:11. Somebody read the last one. Whoever was reading.
I'm gonna get Salaki. Verse 11. Ye also helping together by prayer for us, that for the gift bestowed upon us by the means of many persons, things may be given by many on our behalf.
Right. So this is the gift that was bestowed on us is what? All of this truth, man. All right. The gift from on high, from the Most High, man. All right. The ability to be woke. All right. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have this eye strap on to actually see this world for what it is. All right. As a wicked, foul, polluted place, man, that needs to be clean. All right. Which the Lord's been to clean this place. Ultimately, what? With the fire coming from the heavens, man. All right. With ultimately Yahweh Shai is gonna be the true cleanup, man. It's gonna clean all this bullshit up. So with that being said, we must, we got to continue. All right. Like the scripture said earlier, striving for the mastery in the hopes of salvation, man. Anybody got anything else? Anything I forgot? Anything? Okay. Oh yeah. Get that I'm a what? That Ecclesiastes 9:4.
Oh, come on. Ecclesiastes 9:4 says, "For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion."
You want to say something on it? I know you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, just being alive in the truth is better than being a great so-called great person in the world, being a nigga, being a stepper, all of this nonsense that our people are caught up in. They're considered so-called lions, but they're dead. They're dead to the Lord. We actually have a lively hope. We know the Lord's name. We know his will. And we have a hope in his promise. You got it out.
Right. So what that means, we got to go hard, man. We got to go hard for the Lord. All right, until the end. We must endure to the end, man. And like I say, Lord will we endure. All right. So with this, I'm gonna wrap this lesson up. All right. And also we're gonna wrap it up by giving all praises, glory, infinite honor to Yahweh Bashem. Double honors once again to the elder apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom, Hakim.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
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 All right.